Inauguration 1993. The Gay and Lesbian Victory Fund invites you to celebrate the election of Bill Clinton and Al Gore. Rejoicing in the hope of a better tomorrow for all Americans, we invite you to join in our salute to David B. Mixner.
Thank you all very much for coming, and we have a wonderful show. I hope you enjoy it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mary Travers and Peter Yarrow.
Thank you. Thank you. This is the first time I've gotten first billing.
There are 3 horses grazing out my window, brown, black, and white they stand, rolling pastures they can wander, free and easy is their land. Don't ever take away our freedom. Don't ever take it away. We must cherish and keep that one part of our lives, and the rest we're gonna find one of these days. We'll find one of these days. One of these days. I've always thought that I'd see in my own lifetime an end to poverty, injustice, and war. Now I see it's gonna take a long, long time, but there's one thing we must make sure. Don't ever take away our freedom. Don't ever take it away. We must cherish and keep. We must cherish and keep that one part of our lives. And the rest we're gonna find. And the rest we're gonna find one of these days. We must cherish and keep that one part of our lives. We're together now. And the rest we're gonna find one of these days. And the rest we're gonna find one of these days.
There's a lot of people who wanted to honor David, and they've made a film.
We're being picketed by a group of homosexuals.
Oppose any foe to assure the survival and the success of liberty.
It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream.
It was about people dying.
Bear any burden.
I have no intention whatever of walking away from the job I was elected to do.
We can move our country forward.
It's illegal to be a prostitute, but it's not illegal to be a homosexual in California.
Mayor Moscone and Supervisor Harvey Milk have been shot and killed.
Our movement has changed so much over the years. In the late 70s, in the mid-70s, late 70s, it was a movement of little groups of people throughout our country who really weren't sure how far we could actually go in freeing ourselves.
We began to put together some an effort which became the Vietnam Moratorium Committee. Historically, it was certainly up to that time the largest demonstrations that had ever taken place in the history of the country.
It was the middle or late 70s, I think, when David announced to me that he was a gay man. To say I am gay does not fit the political framework or the social framework of that time. And thinking how I felt at the time, I think I felt some relief that David was able to say this, because saying that sets you free.
Out of that, we formed MECLA. We were very inspired. And we formed the Municipal Elections Committee of Los Angeles.
David and Peter and the two of us sort of became like the Four Musketeers. It's hard to think now, looking at where we are today, especially today, that there was a time when this community had very little organization. There were no political actions committees.
We used to plot in our living room, the four of us, night after night, the rise and fall of the gay and lesbian community. David was our leader by default, and he used to pontificate about how we could achieve this, this, and this, and what our goals should be.
For me, David's most effective time, and when he was at his strongest, was when he was co-chair of MECLA. And I was on the board of MECLA at that time. They were the most exciting years and the most productive years of that organization's entire history.
We did everything together for years. And as David became more comfortable with himself, it was like this explosion of all of this energy and political genius, all focused on the gay movement and how to have the gay movement accomplish its goal of equal rights for all people, including gay people.
It was a great sense, anyway, that of the possible, that if we just pitched in and did everything, it could really make a difference. And David certainly shared that optimism.
I think that for many of us, we learned about gayness and how to be a friend to a gay person and a friend to the gay community because of our friendship with Mixner.
When I think of passion, when I think of determination, when I think of commitment and ability to get people organized and to get things done, I think of David Mixner. I don't think there's a more effective political organizer in the entire country.
What I find so inspiring in him is that he's always looking not at what we may have lost, but at how we can utilize that to have a gain in the future.
Thank you very much. Get it loud enough so Jesse Helms will hear it, will ya? I'm honored. He'll hear it. He'll hear it this whole Congress and for the next 4 years, too, won't he? I'm honored to be with you. America stands today on the eve of another era of progress for our country and for the great causes that we share. And I am honored to join in this tribute to a person who did so much to bring us to this moment. Dave Mixner has won a high place in the annals of a movement to free a whole segment of our people from oppression. He has touched history and in the process contributed to changing the lives of millions. In large part because of him, we are about to inaugurate a president committed to justice for gay and lesbian Americans.